Hello to nobody in particular. I am playing Majora's Mask. So here we are at Woodfall. It took a long time getting here, and now we can start this dungeon. Not sure if I want to try and collect everything for this gameplay, or if I just want to do a more leisurely sort of playthrough of the game. Because some of the quests to get all the masks can be a bit tedious and annoying. Like, one in particular is one where you have to... There's a postman person who wants you to press the A button at the exact moment, and you have to time it. I eventually got so fed up with it, I just used the timer on my phone. And even then I still got it wrong a few times, because you have to get it exactly right, at the right time. And then he gives you like a postman's hat or something. Aha! It's Lee Boxing! Gotta click them all, Swifto. Swifto-mon. Good to see you, all the way from the exotic lands of the Americas. How be you? Good, sir. Says you're a first-time chatter. That's nice. I'm playing a game which is probably very obscure, and I'm sure you've never heard it, but it's like The Legend of Zelda. I don't know. Apparently there's a load of them, but who's ever heard of that? You know. You're horrible. Well, I know that, but never mind what you do to your children. I'm joking. I'm sure you're joking as well, because I usually say I'm awful. That's the joke. Killing spiders. Because I, like all human beings, are racist against spiders. I'm not really. I don't know why people hate spiders so much. I mean, I get it, like they're ugly, but so are a lot of people. You can't go around criticising people for being ugly. See, I think spiders get too much hate from people. I mean, I don't want them running over my bed, as they occasionally do, but at the same time, they're only creatures like ourselves. Try to remember things in this game. I have completed this game before, so it's just going to look even more embarrassing when I get things messed up. Which is what I did last time. I spent pretty much the whole stream going round and round in circles, realising after the fact that if I'd just listened to what the monkey had said in the beginning, I would have done it a lot quicker. But hey ho, that's how it goes. Something with that many eyes and legs, with that much speed, is unnatural. But you're right, they are just critters like me and you. Yes, I'm always right. When am I not right? Apart from when I'm wrong. Which is seldom. Is this where we fight the frog? Oh no, this is the turtles. Sounds like they're saying gang rape or something, I don't know. That's how you do that. We unlocked the chest. What do we get? A piece of paper. Oh no, a dungeon map, of course. Hello, Ryder! How's it going? Now Swifto finds the trouble of being a streamer. That's a bit like being a YouTuber when you're doing gameplays. It's difficult to focus on the game when you're talking and recording. This time, holding a torch for someone. It's boxing. Oh no, that's what I get for making bad jokes. You wish you could go back to days you could drink multiple alcoholic drinks till I pass out. Alright. Not really a drinker myself, so I can't really relate. Sorry. You know, I have people in my family who are not particularly great drinkers, so I decided not to go the same way as they did. Kind of personal to say that, but just thought I'd just say it anyway. I'm not a huge drinker, or fan of drinking. Well, that's good, as long as you know your limits. Some people don't, unfortunately. But so long as you drink responsibly and not bother other people, you'll be able to do what you like. Or did I use up my stick? fuck nuggets. I need a stick. Guess you could say I'm in a sticky situation. I know I've got 2 sticks. I thought that said 0. Never mind. I'm just an idiot. It was definitely a wake-up call when I passed out and got soaked in wine. What were someone going to cook you? So they'd marinate you in wine for a while. It wasn't very nice of them to take that nihilistic stance on life. Yeah, well, especially with everything that's been going on recently. It's hard to see the positives, the silver lining. Sometimes it's better just to focus on the small things. Obviously you have to be aware of everything that's going on in the world, and not just shut it off completely, but sometimes it's better just to focus on the little things that make you happy, like playing a game you love, or spending time with loved ones and all that. You know, the usual bullshit that people say. You just have to not let it bog you down too much, because obviously there are times where we all wake up middle of the night and think, oh fuck, what have I done with my life? You just have to put those thoughts out your head, as difficult as it can be, and try and find something to occupy your time. I sound like I might be like I might know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking gibberish, I think. World is a crazy place, but we just have to keep on fighting for a better tomorrow. Yeah. Only by being kind to people and being sincere and honest and helping whenever you can we try and make heaven a reality. Right here on Earth. Not in the afterlife, but here on Earth. And if we continue to drive our society apart into smaller and smaller groups, we'll just create a real hell, which we'll all be doomed to live in. Which we already kind of do. Basically, the 2 evils of mankind, greed and just... I forgot what the other one was now. Greed and ego is what I meant to say. That's what... Well, obviously there's a lot of other factors as well, but generally speaking, greed and ego are the 2 things that are driving us into smaller and smaller factions, making us easier to control and dominated. Just wondering if I can get that beehive with the... Oh, it did work! Haha! And that's how you get the fairy. Clever. I mean, we had 2 world wars already. Yeah. Probably a 3rd one on the way. Because people don't learn from history. Just continue to repeat the same mistakes over and over. Like I do with this game. This has been a bit of a weird stream, hasn't it? We've gone into all sorts of dark places. Swifto's dark place, I'll call it. Like Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. Anyone seen that? Great TV programme. And also the great console wars we had. A lot of casualties from the Sega community. Well, that's true. Unfortunately, Sega don't make consoles anymore. Apart from that weird thing that came out a few years ago. I don't think that was actually Sega though. Ah yes, I remember the console wars. The 90s. Here am I playing an N64 game. I feel so dirty. So as a PlayStation person. Only idiots like the N64. Idiots like Dave. Dave and his Banjo-Kazooie games. One of the consoles I want to get the most is a Vectrex. Have you ever heard of that? Using it's like a small TV screen sort of thing, and it uses vector graphics instead of pixels. It's kind of cool. It's a pretty old machine, made like in the early 80s, I think. Yeah, they're kind of obscure, I think. But if you look up Vectrex, you'll see what I'm on about. It's like a wee sort of horizontal monitor. Looks like a sort of mini TV. This time, try not to die. You fucking idiot. Amazing gameplay skills. Only took me, what, 7 tries with the sword to kill that? Be careful. I sense a lot of evil in here. That's just Twitch in general, mate. Is it the Hitler? No, it's even worse. It's, who's worse than Hitler? Kathleen Kennedy. Anyone know who that is? Finally, some heart. Delicious heart. That is evil. Oh, the prequels, yeah. Yeah, that is the one thing that the sequels have done, is made people appreciate the prequels more. Maybe that was the plan all along. George Lucas knew that they would make shit films, so he's like, oh, I'm gonna sell it to Disney, and then people will start to appreciate my films more. I think that was his plan. Not a very good plan, to be honest, because I don't really see how he profited. Well, he did profit, obviously, because he sold it, but what am I talking about now? Oh, just climb up, just climb up! You foolish mortal. And there he goes again. What's that, the 5th time we've died now? Maybe I should play an easier game to stream. He's going to buy that shit back up after Disney ruins it and make Star Wars great again. Yeah. Sure. Depends on your definition of great. This guy's going to fuck me up, isn't he? Here he comes. Sometimes I tire of being so right. No, leave me alone. What did I do to you? Apart from kill your friends, but they deserve to die. Never got into Star Wars. Heathen. Wish I did, but got no time for it. Too busy with Flash Gordon, I assume. Anyone know what Flash Gordon is? And you don't look stupid on stream. Everyone fucks up. Oh yeah, I know that definitely from watching your streams, Box. How are you liking streaming? Very stressful is my answer to that. Whenever someone new comes into the chat, I sort of panic. I don't like new people showing up. I don't think I could stream as a profession. Just, I already had a sore throat today, but just, what's this, the 5th time I've streamed now? And every time I always feel like my throat's really sore afterwards. Because I don't normally talk so much in real life. In theory it sounds like it's really easy, but then you actually do it and you realise, oh shit, it's quite difficult to keep talking without it being nonsense and focusing on the game and not jumping into poison every time. So being any sort of long-standing franchise that in recent history hasn't been turned to shit. I mean, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, and various other things, they seem to be going through a phase of just destroying everything. Very true. Of course it's true, I said it. Everything I say is true. When have I ever lied, Boxing? Find very little I don't agree with you on. I'm sure there must be something. Then we can have a ruddy good fight about it. Because apparently that's what people do when they disagree. For some reason they have to fight about it. Can't just agree to disagree. Oh no, you've got to be strongly opinionated. Fuck off. Oh, this guy's slightly more intelligent. He's not going to let me do that. I think we have to use our nuts on him. Ah, that's right. I figured out his thing. What? Oh, did we die? I wasn't. Maybe gun rights. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, as someone... Stop hitting me! As someone who lives in the UK, I'm very much against the use of guns. Does that make us deadly enemies now? If you don't want to be shot, just shoot the other person first. Speaking of which, I have a bow. Oh. I really need a drink. Well, that was good. Not only did I give myself a drink, I also gave my t-shirt a drink. Just thought it looked pretty dry, so I thought I'd pour a little down my front, as you do. I mean, shirts need to stay hydrated too. I guess so. Oh, that's stupid. I ejaculated prematurely though. There we go. Fancy chest. Is what I'd call my wife, if I had one. It's the boss key. That key's pretty boss. So we have to come back to this dungeon later on for this stupid side quest with the frogs. Which is annoying. Like I was saying earlier, I'm not sure if I want to do every single quest and every bits and bobs for this gameplay. I might want to just do a more sort of leisurely gameplay. Because some of the side quests can be slightly tedious and a bit slightly annoying to go through. Now we can go in the merry-go-round. Yay. Precision is needed. I missed. Why do the controls have to be inverted? There we go. How is anybody supposed to figure that crap out? Yeah, it took me a long time the first time I played this game. I think that's why I'm not a Zelda fanboy. Too dumb. Well, there are different kinds of intelligence. Your brain maybe just isn't as capable as working out puzzles like the ones you see in Zelda. I'm sure you're pretty good at other things. Like you play management games pretty well, that I've seen at least, and yeah, we all have different... Why am I explaining this? You know, people are different. We all think in different ways. What was that game you played? Like colony survival game with the mega sloths and all that. And obviously, I suppose there's probably a lot of strategy involved and quick thinking actually when it comes to dealing with fires and your firefighting profession. That requires a level of intelligence which I don't think I'd be able to cope with because I'm very slow at thinking. That's not just me being down on myself. I'm a slow thinker. So I'm not sure how I'd be able to cope in a situation like that, but you have to be like very responsive and do that kind of thinking, like quick thinking. At least with Zelda games you have the time to work things out, is what I'm trying to say. Like kind of why I prefer turn-based strategy games as opposed to real-time strategy games, which I have hard time dealing with. Oh, these guys are just kicking the shit out of me. You're more curious thinking. Yeah. But you're super witty and on the spot. Possibly. A lot of the time I just go for the easy joke. If I see something, I just try to seize on it. And the desperate attempt to be funny. Because I have some strange desire to make people laugh. I don't know why. I guess just because I like laughing myself. Can't stand serious people. Come on, I need to do this swiftly. Swiftly. Fuck's sake, I can't say it. There are many words which I can't say. Film is one of them, apparently. Swiftly is the new word in this chat. What does swiftly mean then? To do things in a swiftly manner. Basically another word for incompetence, I guess. Was thinking the other day before I changed my Twitch name from Blue Orange. Maybe I should try using a different name. Because for some reason some people have trouble saying Swifto. I'm not sure why. But I've noticed when doing YouTube videos, if I got a video response from people, they had a hard time saying Swifto for some reason. As also saying Swifto Cellulose. Which seems perfectly normal to me. Apparently it's a bit of a tongue twister. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna let you suffer, Link. I think that was my fault, but I'm just blaming him. Yeah, apparently people have a hard time saying it. I was thinking maybe I should change my sort of handle. I've been going by Swifto for almost 2 decades now, since high school. But some people don't like it, I don't think. Just one of those thoughts I had the other day. Maybe I should change it to something better. Like use a real name that get people to stop asking me what my real name is all the time. Happens more often than I would like. They don't understand that sometimes people feel uncomfortable and socially awkward on the internet. I guess it's like when people try saying dash sound. Is that how you say that, Boxing? Preferred in the early days of the internet where you could just be accepted for having a really silly name. But that's kind of gone out of fashion now. Like someone criticised me for having like a sort of silly email address. Apparently that's frowned upon these days. It's something to do with Elder Scrolls. And they're saying, oh, you should probably change that. It's like, why? It's funny, this room in particular reminds me of a particular time, sort of my late teenage years. I can remember very vividly, like sitting in my mum's living room because she was busy sorting out the house and there was just junk everywhere. I was sitting up late playing Majora's Mask, and then I was watching Bottom, which if you don't know what Bottom is, it's a sort of BBC sitcom from the early 90s. So it's strange, the things you hold on to in your memory. But that's what that room reminds me of. Look at this big fucker then. Odd Lil Woo. Wah. Woo. I don't know how to pronounce that. How do I defeat him then? That's what I'm trying to remember. Clearly you need to use this plant for something. What does the fairy say? If you get close to him, you will be able to beat him. Oh, that's really helpful. If I get close to him, I can beat. That's like something I would say. Or just get up to him and hit him. That didn't work. Good advice. That's the best advice I've heard all day. Don't die and hit him. You also forgot to mention to press all the buttons. Sending in reinforcements. Oh, that's what the plant's for. I remember now. Quickly now. Oh no, wait, what's he doing now? Shit. You'd think you would have to use the bow and arrow to defeat him, since this is the... Well, that stunned him at least. He sounds like, what's it, Papu Papu from Crash Bandicoot. You like Lord of the Rings? Sorry, do you like Lord of the Rings? I've only... Is this the book or the film, so are you talking about? Books or films, Boxing? Well, I'll just say I like the films. I've only read the first 2 books. I've yet to read Return of the King. I didn't particularly like Fellowship because I felt it dragged on a little bit, and not a huge fan of magic in general. I felt there was a wee bit too much sort of like magic and stuff in the first book, but it's still a very good story, obviously. In fact, it's a genius story. But part of the problem I had with Lord of the Rings is the way Tolkien wrote it was deliberately sort of archaic language, so some of the dialogue comes across as a bit, well, obviously it's deliberately meant to sound old, and just, I don't know, I didn't really like it for that reason, but I think Two Towers was definitely better. It was much more enjoyable read. And I'm looking forward to reading Return of the King, which I'll read next year. I've been doing them like one a year. I read Fellowship during lockdown, actually, and then I read Two Towers this year, and then next year I'm going to read Return of the King. So I hope that answers your question, but it's kind of odd, and a lot of people hate me for saying this, but I actually kind of prefer the films. I know that sounds strange, just basically because Peter Jackson sort of toned down the magic elements of it. And I know a lot of people complained about the fact that, what was his name, Tom Bombadil or something, was completely cut out of Fellowship. But I actually prefer it to be more or less magical. Obviously it's a fantasy story, but it's just how I feel in general. Lord of the Tits. I like the Hobbit book and found Fellowship a drag. Yeah, I read the Hobbit years ago, and it's much more, well, obviously it's meant more for younger audiences, but it's much more easier going and much more enjoyable, I think, than Fellowship was. But Two Towers is where Lord of the Rings actually starts to get pretty good. Not that there wasn't good stuff in Fellowship, but yeah, anyway, Ryder's Lord of the Tits. The movies make it much easier to a wider audience, and I can appreciate that. Yeah, I suppose so. I just, generally speaking, I'm not a huge fan of magic in general, which is why I'm playing a fantasy game right now, which involves a lot of magic. Contradicting myself. It's strange. When it comes to films and books and stuff, I'm not a huge fan of magic, but when it comes to video games, I love magic, because like as a gameplay mechanic, it makes the game more fun. But when it's done in a story, obviously, like I say, Tolkien was a genius and he made a brilliant world and story. Some of the characters are a bit wooden, but generally when people use magic, like in films and TV shows and stuff, it kind of feels a bit lazy, I feel. Obviously there are different systems of doing magic systems. That was a stupid sentence, but a lot of the time it just feels like lazy writing, and I don't like it for that reason. But in video games, obviously magic is magic, because you can do all sorts of things in video games. Movies cut some of the details from the book. They cut a lot of details, actually. You must hate J.K. Rowling. Yeah. Never been a huge fan of Harry Potter. But because I like Lord of the Rings, and because I like Doctor Who, and because the same people who like those things also like Harry Potter, I always get recommended Harry Potter things on like YouTube and Amazon and stuff. It fucking drives me up the holes. I've never really liked Harry Potter. I think it's pretty overrated. Sure, a lot of people hate me for saying that, but it's just how I feel. We all have different tastes and opinions. Yeah, magic can be a really lazy way to write. It can be. Unless you're like a really good writer and you know how to do it properly. That's one of the things I really hate about the sequel Star Wars films. Obviously George Lucas changed that a little bit in the prequels, but they just took it to a whole other level of stupidity with the prequels. Like they had a sort of system in the original Star Wars that kind of made sense, and then they just sort of completely ruined it. And it sort of makes the whole Anakin not being able to save Padme completely retarded when you think that Rey could just bring back anybody back from the dead whenever she felt like it. But it's obviously those are just bad films in general, so. You got a point, like, which is more exciting, reading the text and then he channels magic energy on his staff, or casts 5-tier fire spell, or seeing the graphics of that magic. Yeah. How do you don't like Harry Potter? Think he's a cunt. What do you think of that box? This guy sounds like he's just woken up out of a very long sleep. Which he probably has, to be honest. Call us. That's what he's saying. Okay, what's your number, mate? Did Link just go out on a date or something? I don't know what's happening now. Oh yeah, I'll call you later. Sure. And all the poison is gone from the water. Of course, we'll just go back in time and everything will be reset to how it was. And we won't have saved anybody. Which is a funny thing to think of when playing this game. Everything you do in the game just gets reset. The 4 people Tully talked about. Do you think he was talking about the spirits that sealed inside the mask? That mask? I don't know how to say that in red, or the other text in blue. Oh hey, you were pretty good out there. Have you done this before or what? Now then, we've helped the princess just like the monkey asked. So now our next stop is in the mountains. Let's hurry, do something about that skull kid. I think we have to rescue the princess first, actually. Yeah, here she is. I am pleased to meet you. I am the Deku Princess. Were you by chance asked to that monkey come save me, right? Ah, just as I suspected. You see, your body smells a little of that monkey. So the monkey made it back fine after all. That's good. I was worried that I didn't come home. My father would think that the monkey had kidnapped me. I was worried that my father would even go so far as to punish the poor monkey. Ho 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 ho. This is a sort of funny part of the game, where you have to put her inside a jar. Oh, I'll need to get rid of my fairy. But somehow, she manages to fit in this jar. Do-do-do-do. You got the Deku Princess in a bottle. It's a tight fit, but she says she's fine if you're in a hurry. Ugh, Mr. Swifto, there's no time to lose. Hurry up, take me to the palace. See, this is where I think the game is a bit too unrealistic. I mean, the idea of a female talking to me is just too much of a stretch of the imagination, I think. Anyway, she's in the jar, so we don't need to talk to her. Oh my god, Link, don't put it in the jar. Well, we're in a hurry. How else are we going to get out of there? We've got to save the monkey so we can kill Dave of Sartonic Pickle. Oh, the water looks nice now. Nice sort of blue colour. Oh shit, I forgot about the fairies, didn't I? Did I get all the fairies? Yeah, I know you're in a hurry, princess, but on the other hand, I kind of want to go and see if I've got all the fairies. Can you stay in that bottle for a while? She'll be fine. I think she likes it in there. Can't remember what you get, but you get rewards, obviously, for collecting all the fairies. Which is a fairly good deal. Oh, there's a hole. Remember, kids, always jump into random holes. There's bound to be treasure. Time, and I've just realised that those plants have gone away because the water's changed. And I've just further realised that I am a complete idiot and I can just warp to the... Nope, can't remember it. Actually, hold on a second. I filled up my purse. Put that money in the bank. Save it for a rainy day. Oh, it is a rainy day. Yes, my wealth is accumulating. Adult wallet. Looks more like a purse, but we'll just say it's a wallet. Oh, we've only got 12 of the bastards. Where are the other 3 then? I'm gonna let you guys decide. Should I go back into this temple and try and get all the fairies, or should I just skip it and move on to the next part of the game? Because it's kind of boring just repeating like the same dungeon again. You think I should skip it, Ryder? Yeah. Because we don't necessarily need to get all the fairies. We just get like more magic and hearts, I think, if we do. So we'll just skip that bit. So I don't need to do any of that. There he is, the king with his creepy sort of leaf genitals. Huff, puff, and I'll blow your house down. Oh, Mr. Monkey, I'm truly sorry. Father does such rash things when he's worried about me. Remakes can be done right, or they can be just money grabs. I mean, look at Spyro. Did a great job. Or even with Crash, was okay. See, I have to disagree with you there. I think they fucked up with the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. It doesn't feel as good, in my opinion. Like, they messed up the gameplay somehow. I can't really describe it, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the newer Crash Bandicoot games, the remakes. I've still got the original PS1 copies, so I don't really care. I can just play them. Crash was never a good game franchise anyway. Fuck you, Ryder. Crash was my childhood. How dare you have an opposing opinion? Right now, this bit is a bit of a ball ache. We've got to follow him. It's similar. If you played Ocarina of Time, you have to you sort of race the ghost of the Gravekeeper. This is basically the same idea again, but it's this guy instead. And it's really annoying. Oh shit! I think I messed up. You fucked up, son. Did I make it? Okay. Right, that must have been a different door that was closing then. No! This is the bit. I did it again! Fuck Nugget. Well, at least we did the first temple. Bastard! At least we did the first temple, so I'm satisfied with that. I was actually thinking about playing Crash Bandicoot tonight, actually. Funny you should mention that. Because I was thinking earlier, I can't really be arsed playing Majora's Mask. And then when it got closer to the time, I thought, you know what, I will play Majora's Mask. So that's my story. That was a brilliant story, wasn't it? Oh no. What? I'm going to try this one more time, and if I fail, I'm just going to end it now because I'm hungry and I need the toilet. So, both ends of the shit factory are in need of service at the moment. Hopefully I can do it this time. I believe in myself. I can do this. I can't look at chat because I need to focus. I'm sure there's probably a load of speedrunners that can do this no problem. How I envy them. I will steal their brain juice one day and take their powers for my own. Because that's how that works, right? If you eat somebody, you gain like their knowledge and experience, don't you? That was just a test run. What do you guys feel about cars? Maybe that's something we could also disagree on, Boxing. I don't really like cars much. Yeah, I'm not fond of guns, and I don't really like cars. So, maybe we could have a good argument about that. I'm sort of, I hate to use the term because there are a lot of people who are extremists, but I'm sort of more of a left-wing hippie type person. Although I wouldn't want to be associated with sort of people who are left-wing in politics. They're all a bit insane. Well, they all are, regardless of which side they're on, in my opinion. You have to be insane to be a politician. Seems to be the prerequisite, as far as I can see. Feel the joystick getting slippy now. That's what she said. Why do I always go for the obvious jokes? Tried and true. Right, this is the bit. Oh no, I can't see where he went. Turn round. Surely we're near the end. Sorry, I shouldn't call you Shirley. Oh fuck. Going all Indiana Jones on us now. I think cars serve their purpose, but people need to learn to walk again. Maybe we won't be so fat if we do. It's very true. Oh. Whoa, this is a long run. It is, it goes on for ages and it's a pain in the arse, like I said. Hey, we did it. Fuck you and your fucking race. I hate the Deku people. Well, here's the item I promised. Please accept it. All that for that stupid mask. What's that even used for again? I can't remember. Sniffing out mushrooms, I think. I don't think I needed to do that race then, actually. I thought you got like a key item. That might have been a waste of time. Somehow I feel as if I'm once again racing with my son. I'm afraid I may have tried too hard to outrun you. As old as I am still a fast competitor, just like when I raced my son. Please forgive my rudeness. See, at the beginning of the game, if you remember, there was a sort of tree stump which had a face, looked sort of similar to that. I think the theory is that that's his son, who died. Because all the masks you get which transform you in this game are of people who have died. Which is nice and child-friendly. But we did the race. We beat his bloody race. Gonna go and save the game. Oh, my back hurts. Such a strange sitting down, isn't it? Such a strain sitting down. All those people who work like from 9 to 5 every day. They don't know how hard it is just to sit and play a game for, what is it, 2 hours. So we just save it there. And that'll do for today. That's all I'll play for now. So, thank you very much for watching. I am going to end the stream. Thank you very much for watching and joining in with the chat. 2K Future, Boxing and Ryder. I really appreciate coming along and chatting with me. And it's great fun to catch up with you guys. And anyway, cheers for now.